Not Michael Jordan, not Reggie Miller, not Clyde Drexler, none of those guys was Craig Elo's toughest defensive matchup. Instead, the former NBA player, best known for being on the wrong side of one of the most iconic NBA shots ever, went with the Celtics legend.
Of course, I can say the Michaels or the Reggies or those, but the one I really hated to guard was Larry Bird. He was not a nice guy.
Elo was a very good NBA basketball player who played 14 seasons, 7 of them with the Cleveland Cavaliers. He wasn't a superstar by any imagination, but he did have his best year during the 1989-1990 season when he averaged 13.6 points, 5.4 boards, and 4.6 assists per game. His name, however, has always been associated with the shot. Google Elo's name and it's never about the 7,492 points he scored during his career. When his name comes up, Michael Jordan's game-winning, foul line jumper is always associated with him. Elo was known as a strong defender as his 6'6" frame as a guard created some tough matchups. There was one game in Cleveland, Elo recalled, where he had shut down Boston Celtics star Larry Bird for the first half. Elo made the mistake of doing some light trash talking at halftime.
There was one game in Cleveland where he was having a pretty rough first half, and in the old days in Cleveland, you walked off the court the same way at halftime, and I kind of puffed up on him and walked beside him and was like, yeah, you're 1 for 10. I was like, that's defense, and he just kind of looked at me and said, there's 2 halves.
Elo should have known better. He was talking to the ultimate trash talker and the one who fed off people doubting him. The Cavs shooting guard should have just gone to the locker room, but he didn't, and the upstroke was Larry Bird doing his legendary stuff.
And he came back out and hit about 10 in a row on me, and the last one was left-handed, and he asked me if my mother was watching because he wanted to embarrass me, so yeah, so he was tough.
In 2019, ex-Cavs point guard Terrell Brandon told another story involving Bird and Elo. By Brandon, Larry legend did not appreciate the fact the white Craig Elo guarded him, and he made the Cavaliers pay.
Bird is a psychologically assassin.
In what way though, man?
When we practice, he would be running around Boston Garden while we was practicing.
That was psychological.
And we was watching him running around, and it was like, why are you running? They beat us in Cleveland, and he told me where he was going and where he was going to shoot. We was up 1, okay? He said, who's guarding me as we come out of timeout? Now remember, I'm a rookie because Price is out because he hurt.
Right.
He says, who's guarding me? I says, Craig Elo. He says, why you got that white boy on me? Don't put no white boy on me.
He said that was the most.
Now remember, Larry Bird is white.
Right.
He said, I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna get in the corner. Dennis Johnson gonna pass it to me and I'm gonna hit the last second shot and it's over. I told Joe Wood, I said, hey man, listen, the ball is going to Larry Bird. Everybody knows the ball's going to Larry Bird. Right. Just do whatever you can. Craig, Gerald, just cover him.
Right.
All Bird did was go like this.
No space against the ball. Yeah.
And his fingers was all broke.
Right.
He hit the shot. All his Kevin McHale, all them, Randy Whitman, all them were jumping on, right? He was getting them off of him like this. He walked off and said, legend. Larry Bird, man.
As we covered on this channel before, the Craig Elo story isn't an isolated case of Bird being insulted by his opponents for being guarded by white players. Larry legend took it as a disrespect and made sure to punish the opposite team for this act. Tell us in the comments, what is the most vicious trash-talking story you ever heard? And if you enjoy this video, hit the like button, share, and subscribe. For more basketball content, subscribe to our other channels, Free Dawkins and Vintage Dawkins, and follow us on social media.